never a bad idea to move the customer's head around. Get that proper angle for you. You have to deal with your body for your entire life. They have to be in your chair for 20 minutes to, well, if you're me, an hour. So make them move for you. And we're just detailing that hairline down into the nape. I'm going to save the nape for last, but working that transition into the nape. You could always just go right around and work into the nape right now, just depending on what your preference is. Again, we're going to work a little bit more of that scooping technique and some razor over comb. Checking for balance. Now we're going to move into the top. So some of you might be wondering if you can do this entire haircut with a razor. The answer is yes. You have to change your technique for this part. I'm inverting my razor, and I'm actually still working with the cuticle. I'm just scooping up, getting my peaks and valleys working from the head up to the ceiling. So you'll notice the razor turns over, and that can be a little bit of you can kind of fumble around a little bit before you get that proper technique. And it's not one that I use often, so I have to it takes me a second to get there, but very effective because you're putting the texture in right away, as you'll see from this angle. Invert the razor and work up. Very effective. Just important, don't move too much past the second knuckle because of the tension. Tension is very important with razor cutting. You also don't want the hair too wet. You don't want too much slip with the razor. To finish this, though, I did switch to the shears. We're just going with that sawtoothing again into the front. We're taking the guide that we established in that apex or the top of the head area from the first section, and we're using that as our guide to work into the front, going short to long. And I'm just working, again, pie-shaped sections, radiating from the center out. Same idea. Center section is section 1, 1 onto 2, 2 onto 3, 3 onto 4, and using the sides to blend in that parietal area. Now working into the side nearest me, you'll notice the same idea, short to long, just sawtoothing. It's okay on this one if you cut into your guide a little bit. It's almost impossible not to because of the sawtoothing. But that's okay because you're just building texture as you're doing it. And trying to work just about the second knuckle. And then just combing that hair out of the way when I'm done with it. I like this haircut because you don't really need a lot of clips. There's not a lot of sections. So, really efficient, really fast. Now we get to detail the fringe. So I'm going to grab that razor again. And I get to play with some fringe. So using that razor, nice and deep strokes into the fringe. Totally customizable depending on what you're wanting to see, what you and your customer want. Going for a little bit higher, a little deeper fringe here. Nice, deep strokes with the razor, getting real piecey in that fringe area. Always take into consideration the amount of jump that's going to happen with your fringe hair. It will shrink as it dries, so please do not forget that. And now detailing the nape. Checking for balance. And then we have our our razor over comb to blend. Some other tips and tricks when it comes back to retail. I know it always goes back to retail. Some things, you have 5 steps in Great Clips styling. And I like to always find a couple places within those 5 steps to remember to ask my customer if they want to take something home. But it's not just about asking once. You got to ask twice, because our first instinct as a person is to say no. Like the other day, I was up at my parents' house and my dad asked if I wanted a Moscow Mule, and my first impression, like immediately, I was like, nope, I do not. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I really do. So if he would have asked me again, I would have said yes. But he did not, so I did not have one. So ask your customers twice if they want to purchase anything, or if they're out of anything at home, or about to be out of anything, their gym bag, their second shower. Onto the blow dry. We're doing a wrapping technique. So if you'll notice, I'm using a 407 brush from Paul Mitchell. It's got some rubberized tips to the brush, and those heat up, and you can get a lot of good tension, a lot of pull on the hair, and that makes the hair nice and smooth and straight. In addition, I'm using the Neuro Grip blow dryer. It's a nice handleless blow dryer, very light, about a pound, available for you all to purchase as well. And a great combination there. What I'm doing too, I'm making sure that my brush and my blow dryer are moving together at the same time. I'm really wrapping that hair around the head, using the forehead as a giant round brush. Her head is round, so let's use it. Just stretching that hair kind of back and forth both ways so that it lays where I want it to. This is across the street. Now I'm going the opposite direction. Again, you notice the blow dryer and the brush moving at the same time. And the other thing I really think about when it comes to product, to retail, is knowledge. You really have to know what you're talking about when it comes to product. And as great clip stylists, you have so many resources at your fingertips. You've got the GCU, you've got all the Salon Innovations, materials at your fingertips. In addition, Paul Mitchell provides some opportunities. Paul Mitchell provides paulmitchellpro.com, which has actual learning modules on there. There's a LMS in development that you can go into and learn about the products, and even take some quizzes and things like that. Tip cards, videos, all of that at your disposal. And YouTube. Paul Mitchell's education has made its way onto YouTube, as you can see with kind of what we're doing here today. So with our texturizing, doing a little bit of slide cutting. This is some real deep slide cutting into the fringe, just to take out a bunch of bulk. This is more of a legitimate cut versus a whittling or a jockeying technique on the sides, which you'll see there. That's more of a slide cut with a slight whittle with the thumb. Thumb barely moves, as you can see. And I always like taking a second to step back and look at the work. It's not a nervous habit. It's more of like, how is the hair laying? Using the mirror, in this case, using the camera that's in front of me. Now I'm doing some traditional point cutting just to get some of that texture up top. As you can see, that movement is really fun. Last pass with the blow dryer just to get rid of the little hairs, check and balance. Now we're going to go in with tea tree shaping cream just to get that Pixie effect. I should mention I did go in with the tea tree firm hold gel for the blow dry to give it the memory I wanted. That's absolutely gorgeous. Let's give it a kiss and call it a day. All right. Thank you so much. I can't wait to connect with you on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Look forward to working with you again, hopefully personally, but just, enjoy your time that you have to work on yourselves and to work on your craft, your art. We are necessities. We are not non-essential. We are an essential business, and I just appreciate your time, your talent, and we'll see you soon. Bye.